Hey, what's up? It's Tekamaku, Mr. Notary on Automation, and I want to bring this point to your attention, especially for notaries who are uncomfortable admitting how much money they allow to slip right through their fingers. I'm talking about these are notaries and these are professionals, and it doesn't just happen within our industry. Here's an example of a person who works in the home repair, um, handyman, home services industry. This is a person who, this is a real life person, by the way, and I contacted them, and this is an example. I want you to think about this from an example of your customers, okay? This is somebody who, me, I'm a person who's ready with money in my hand and I'm ready to get a task completed. And I want to equate this to the way that notaries operate their businesses and how they are allowing money just to slip right through their fingers. And it's so easy because some of these holes have yet to be plugged. So here's an example of someone who I reached out to on Thumbtack, which is a pay per lead service. That means whenever someone contacts you as a professional, a customer reaches out to you, you pay for that. It could be $5, it could be $10, it could be as high as $18. So that means whenever someone contacts you, you're paying for it. So money is slipping right through your hands, and this is happening at a rate at which you might be uncomfortable admitting. It might be to the point where you're not okay with the amount of money that you either are aware or you may be totally oblivious to the fact that this is happening to you. So I'm going to point this out. And when you're using a service like Thumbtack, this happens um, at a very high rate if you don't have automation components built in to plug up those holes and keep money from just hemorrhaging out of your business. So I reached out to this individual yesterday, and there are others, by the way. So this, at least this person responded, but they reached back out to me with a text message, and it just says to please feel free to respond to this number, and they left their phone number if you still need the television mounted. So already they're assuming that I've already, moved on. But the reality is that I have yet to respond, and they're the only person to respond. And when I reached back out to them, so here's the thing: when I called this number, I didn't text them. I called them because when people call you, that means that they're ready to do some business. When they text you, that means that they're still kicking tires and they're still um, trying to search and look for the cheapest price. That's not me. And there are a lot of customers who are like this as well. So I called this person. When I called them, there was a Google Voice number that picks up, already a bad taste. When the Google Voice picked up, it tried to ask me what it is that I wanted, and I responded and I said TV mounted. So the Google number then connected, or it rang and it rang and it rang and it rang, and I didn't get anything. I didn't hear anything back. And then the Google Voice prompted to tell me that it was unsuccessful in contacting this individual. So again, a person who has money in their hands, they have funds that are ready to go in order to transfer to this other individual so that they can get something taken care of. In this case, me getting a television mounted, or in your case, it could be somebody who's ready to get a power of attorney because their brother-in-law is locked up in a county jail somewhere and they need to, sell a vehicle, or someone is um, they're not accessible, and you have to travel with their daughter, so you have to get a travel consent form signed. But they can't contact you, they can't reach you because whenever they call you, nothing happens. Are you comfortable with the amount of money that is slipping right through your fingers? This is a question that I want to pose to you as you start to use some of these platforms like Thumbtack. By the way, I wrote the book on Thumbtack. I'm literally the author on Thumbtack for Notaries. It's something that I've mastered, it's something that I've conquered. I can help you with some of these strategies so that you, especially a pay per lead service that is incredibly valuable, especially if you're struggling to get clients. This is where they are. They're right here. But before you jump onto the platform and enter your credit card information, before they melt it and hemorrhage it, learn how to use the platform, learn what it takes to optimize it, and then go on and dominate. So if you want to learn more about Thumbtack for Notaries, then I invite you to go to the link thumbtackfornotaries.com, and you can schedule a one-on-one call. It's complimentary. I'll be able to review what your profile looks like, and we can go down your list and find out what works, what makes the most sense for you.